I'm not sure if that's the intro you guys wanted, but we're going with it, and we're live. This is the Montague Boys Basketball 2023-24 Media Day here at CatchMark. I'm Scott DeCamp with CatchMark. We're in the podcast studio. These guys are having a lot of fun. We have with us head coach Nick Thaler, who did a great job with the girls program the last 2 years, and he switched over to the boys. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yep, and we've got seniors Owen Rath and Isaiah Atchison. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So, having fun at Media Day here. Can you believe basketball season's basically here already?
No.
Me neither.
Even though school year is flying by, I don't know what these guys think, but
Same.
it's flying by.
Yeah, we're almost through November already. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. So you got what Montague last year was 12-11, 6-6 in the West Michigan Conference Lakes Division. That is. What's the outlook for you guys this year? What are you looking to do?
I think first and foremost, I think we have a bunch of guys that are eager to be competitive, and eager to play basketball and show their skills on the basketball court. I know that a lot of these guys have been in the program for a long time, and they're hungry for success. And I think that the things that we're doing, not only in practice but within the building, in the school, trying to get the team more together and to build those relationships, it goes a long way, and it shows in our practices and how the enthusiasm level is and the effort level is. And it's been fun to watch. Even though I've only been really there, it's not even a month that I've been with these guys. And when I did take it over, I'm trying to grab some guys and just, get them in the gym for 4-player workouts. And then we had conditioning, get those guys working hard in conditioning.
So what's it been like, Isaiah?
Fun. I mean, I wasn't even quite sure if I was going to play, and I'm definitely happy that I am playing.
Now, you committed to CMU for football.
Yep.
And is that something you ever thought you would do, like maybe even 2-3 years ago, that you're like, I'm going to go play college football?
Definitely not.
And what is it about CMU that kind of pulled you to them and you're like, yeah, this is the place I want to be?
Their staff for the football team, we stayed in contact really well, had a whole bunch of conversations, even them sending me a whole bunch of postcards in the mail before my first game. Just makes me feel like I'm already part of that family. So.
And are you going to be signing then at any time, or are you going to wait till spring or
February?
Oh, February? Yeah, February. I think February is the typical signing day. So
Yep.
This guy right here, Isaiah, is a guy that you kind of call a unicorn.
Yeah.
A guy that's 6'8", that can run and move that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys his age at that height and that frame just they can't do it. I mean, you've seen him, right?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. So he doesn't know some of these things that we talk here and there, because I know you from Coward and Grand Haven, and he's a mixture of Owen Ross and Ross Kell, right? Ross was very athletic, same build, 6'7" guy that could get up and down and dunk it if he needed to. Didn't really have solid hands, but Isaiah can catch anything, but he can also play from the perimeter. So that's what Owen Ross had. One can play from the perimeter, shoot it well, and that's what he does, and that's what we're excited to see. We're putting him in numerous positions, and just in practice, I think it's good for, not only guys like Owen, but other guys that are going to be productive in our program, to see him flourish in a system that's going to be beneficial for all the guys, including him.
Now you got another guy on the other end of the spectrum. No offense, Owen, but very dynamic. He said he's 5'8". Are you giving him 5'8"? He told us he's 5'8" at Media Day today.
Yeah, if there's phone books around, then we're giving him 5'8".
If Jake is 6 foot, I'm 5'8".
And yeah, if Riley's 6'5", we'll give you 5'8".
Well, but this guy, third varsity year, correct?
Yes.
So I mean, he's been around. Both these guys have.
Both of them.
They're both 3-year varsity guys.
You're 3-year.
4.
He's 4.
He's a 4-year varsity guy.
3.5.
He's like
True.
3.5.
Yeah.
he's like step
Nice.
off.
There you go.
No, but this guy's been around a long time too. Seen a lot of things. What do you anticipate for your senior year, and how cool is it to be able to play with this guy again?
It's always cool to play with Isaiah. It's always cool to play with my friends. I'm excited. I think we'll do pretty good this year. I don't think many people are gonna beat us. So, Shelby next week in the scrimmage. That's not a game, but it's a scrimmage. We're coming. Who's our first game? WMC?
Yep, it's good that you looked at the schedule. That's positive and productive. You know?
They live 1 week at a time.
That's right.
Take it one game at a time. That's a positive way to look at it. Yeah.
Oh, well, WMC, we got them. We'll beat them.
And I'm so like I changed one game in our schedule. We're gonna play in a holiday tournament because one of the things I want to do is get these guys some exposure in a bigger tournament.
Yeah.
So I
cool.
got us playing in the Lakeshore Cup. We're playing, D1 opponent in Holland. A lot of rich tradition there with that.
This thing over at Grand Haven, is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be at Grand Haven.
That's cool.
So getting over there, back with Coach Emick, that'll be a lot of fun. And playing in front of a big crowd and a big environment, the warehouse they call it. It'll be fun to play there. But the big thing was getting them exposure, and that was one of the things I want to do with the girls program too. Like their schedule is, it's crazy.
So you set up this brutal schedule for him, and you said, "Oh, I'm out of here."
Pretty much, basically. So, like
I know that's not how that went, but
yeah, it's their schedule is a gauntlet. Like
yeah.
non-conference wise, it's up there with anybody's that you can look at. So, but with these guys, I wanted to challenge them too, and I think that Coach Steele at Holland, he does a nice job, and it's going to be a lot of fun playing them.
So what do both these guys bring to the table, or what have you seen so far out of both these guys?
I think that these guys, I preach to them that we want to get better each day, and they know that I'm very high on energy and communicating together and holding people accountable, and it's been good to see them kind of take on those leadership roles. Like, because in practice, if I just tell them like something's missing and you got to fix it, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And those are the things that you want to have in a team, because I can't coach them like in the game when they're playing. Like, I'm not playing the game. Like, you got to have your guys on the court that can coach themselves and coach the team when you're out there, because there's hundreds of thousands of people watching you play the game of basketball, and you got to have your leaders on the court lead you.
So how would you describe this guy? And I'm going to have you both talk about each other for a minute.
Oh, jeez.
Tell us something about Isaiah that maybe others don't know.
We'll start with his personality.
Not what we not know. Just don't.
Not
that.
early.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, no.
We'll talk about his personality.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is the funniest person in the entire world. Like, I don't think anytime I'm with him, I think I'm laughing, or I don't remember because I laugh too hard. Like, it's every single time, every practice is like that. He's obviously a really good athlete. He's CMU. I don't usually focus on that because everybody else does, but he's dating my cousin, so that's cool.
Awkward.
What else? He's got cute eyes. He's pretty.
They're dark.
It's cute.
He's got kind eyes.
Kind eyes.
Oh, kind.
So, like, I know these guys are talking about each other. I'll let you talk about him in a second. So when he's going through school, do you notice how he's always like carrying his books like high?
Yeah.
And
Every
he's
time.
got-
Every time.
It's just high and tight, and
Keep it high
he's
tight like a
in,
football?
like his knee-high socks and his Birks, and I'm just like, why are you wearing slides? I don't understand that with kids, like slides and socks. If I did
That makes so much sense.
It does,
Your
but if
feet
I
are gonna
did
get
that
cold.
20 years
Kids
ago,
can
I'm
get
getting
away with it, but
ridiculed
we
and
can't.
Well,
bullied.
we
that would
know.
end up on a poster for our basketball games, like blown up.
What, they're
Yeah.
gonna bully the CMU commit?
For real though.
What are they gonna do?
I clearly have never.
Joke's
been to
on
it.
you. I'm going to CMU. Look at my feet.
So
Like-
he said you have really kind eyes. What can you say about Owen?
I said cute. I said cute.
It's worse.
That is really that's bad.
Keep it.
There's that laughing you're talking about.
PG, buddy.
I
here.
think overall, like, he's fun to be around. Like, I feel like even with basketballs, even times that we've lost together and like we are upset after the game and stuff, even if we can't talk at that moment, we can still like look at each other and know what we're thinking. Keep going to his eyes.
You looking at my eyes? Are they cute?
We'll let Delaney do this.
Whoa. Breaking news. What?
We'll let Delaney decide that one.
She does think they're cute.
Man,
This is going in a way that I don't know if we need to go.
This is why you don't have us two on the podcast. It is never good with us two around.
So about the basketball skills, what can you say about each other? How would you describe each other's game?
When I think of Isaiah, I think of Victor Wembanyama.
Who's that?
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding. Victor's crazy. No, I think of Isaiah when he plays basketball. I don't usually think of him as a guy saucing people up, coming up the court between the legs, 360 dunk. I think of him as I'm gonna hop step around somebody, do a little thing, rainbow arm.
What do you think about Owen when you see him out on the wing? This year, probably point guard, right?
Yeah.
Moving around a little bit.
Somewhere in there. They're going to get a lot of different looks from us. You're not going to get the same thing every night.
Yeah.
When I look at him, I see a lot of his air balls and missed shots. But then, like after I think about that and see that, it's like he's always pushing to do better, and pushing to redo what he just screwed up on and make it better. So,
What are you seeing then?
Comparing them to an NBA player, or just like,
Yeah, am I like? When you say Steph Curry, do you think Owen Rath?
I do not.
All right, what about Seth Curry?
Well, that might be in the realm of the Curry I'm going. Yes.
What about Giannis? I'm like a Giannis.
No, that'd be more Isaiah if I was.
No,
thinking
he's
an
more of
NBA
a
player.
John Stockton.
No, now you're just getting off track.
again,
For
You don't know.
Are you wearing the
For-
John Stockton shorts this year or what?
I think
I
so.
hope so.
That'd be great. I'll start with Isaiah. I think in my mind, like the way that I'm trying to like get him to play is more like Rasheed Wallace, I'd say. A guy that, can get anything. Like he can shoot the ball from three, he can hit the mid-range shot, he can post up, he can drive by you. He's not as talkative.
I was going to say, does
as
he have that edge
Rasheed.
too?
If you make him mad enough, he does get that way. I have seen that in practice, and I push him
I've seen that in games.
to do that. And there's definitely a couple times in practice where I saw him going, and I'm like, get away from under the rim because something bad will happen, and it generally does.
Layup. Layup.
Owen, I would really like to see Owen kind of mitigate towards playing like a Steve Nash. I think that like both of these guys, with what we're trying to do, and I hope they see this, is that they're capable of doing more than what they're currently doing now in practice. Like we're going through different things and whatnot, but I see glimpses of like those type of players in these guys when they practice. Like we get one thing down and Owen's going down, he throws it up to Zeke, Zeke throws it down, and it's nice to see. Like there's some things that you're going to see that you haven't seen in a while, I'd say. Not saying like they didn't try to do these things, but it's going to be fun, I think.
Now, you hang your head on defense, though, right?
Yeah.
Isn't, for you, that's kind of the style coach you are, right? And what does that mean to you guys? What are you guys seeing in practice? What's the mentality?
I think of, 4 words? Hot, help, gap, ball. That's
I second
defense.
that one.
That's defense. And communication. Was that 6, 5? Whatever. We have been trying to get down the communication part on defense. That's what we're struggling at right now. But I think we're pretty good on D because of Coach Taylor.
That's good. You can stay in a lot of games that way.
And these guys don't know, but like the defense that we're running is it's challenging because we're not running like a typical like high school offense. Like every high school offense, like they run like off the ball. They either up the line in the gap or they run help side. Like they all do the same things, but we're running a defense that's they run at a college level. Like you see it a lot nowadays with the ways that they play. But the one cool thing that we did is I brought out like a decimal meter to get these guys
Oh,
to.
that's what that was.
Yeah.
I didn't know
How
that.
do you not know that?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Cause I wanted these guys to like feel like what's going to be like in a game, like how you got to communicate. Because I'm very big on communication because it helps. Like if you don't talk in a game, you're gonna.
Oh, that's when we were yelling out hot and stuff like that. That's what you were talking about. Was that?
Yeah,
Oh.
you're gonna like you struggle in games because you get in there and the communication just isn't there. So the goal was to get 100. Like if you go to a Lions game, they're like 101 to 105, and we got to like 99.6. So for these guys to just start doing that, we still got a long way to go to improve to get to where I want us to get. But I'm like a perfectionist with that. Like I don't think I'll ever be happy, even though I probably should be. But
That's better than.
huh?
That's better than being happy. We can't be perfect. So.
Yeah.
Now, when you were at Grand Haven, that's a big deal for Emming too, for defense.
Yeah,
you
we
guys,
do
Grand
the
Haven's
same.
always been good at on defense end, right?
Yeah, we like one of our coaching meetings, we just came through and just tried to figure out like what we wanted to do defensively, and we found something and we like implemented it. It would have been the year we had like Bashir and those guys, like athletic, like a team like this, like exactly like the same type of grouping. So that's why I think I'm trying to just go back and learn from, is going back and looking at that film and seeing how we used players in certain roles, which these guys are just, we're close to that, but I don't, I want these guys to work for it.
So, any closing thoughts from you guys as we enter the season? Like you said, you open with Western Michigan Christian. Do you know what the date is on that?
The 28th.
28th. So, what is that? Is that that's a Tuesday, right? That's that first Tuesday.
Yep.
Is that a home
So
game?
it's coming up.
No, it's at WMC, the Baltimore building.
Pull up to WMC. Pull up. Let's see. Who's coming?
Any thoughts from you, Isaiah?
I'm just ready to play.
For real. For real.
What
Sheldon.
about you, Nick?
I think these guys are ready to play. Like I think they're ready to, obviously there's a lot of good talent, a lot of good teams in our conference, with Whitehall and Ludington and Fremont and Orchard View, and I'm sure I'm missing some other schools, Manistee. Everyone is well coached. There's a lot of talent. There's a lot of good teams, and I think like each night you have to bring your game. Otherwise, there's potential to not come away with the outcome you desire. I'm just excited for these guys because, it was tough to try to figure out what exactly we were going to do with our programs. Like we were trying to figure out who was going to coach, and we sat through a lot of interview process, and these guys had to sit through and endure, well, is this guy going to be our coach? Okay, he is. Great. And then he's not. So now what do we do? And then at the last minute, I come in and I want to help these guys out and I want them to get better. And I hope they're excited about it. I hope they're half as excited as I am because
We're excited. We're excited.
Oh, yeah.
because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, the only thing that I am going to miss is that girls' schedule because I really wanted to see us play Grand Haven. Like,
You
with
still
that,
can. You still can.
I don't think we have a game the same night.
You can watch on your phone on the sideline. I won't be mad.
If you looked at the schedule, you would have saw that.
Yeah, so that's we'll have to discuss that.
I asked Kara Rath.
So I will miss that because I did set that up with Coach K, and I will really miss those relationships with those girls and those athletes because their team is the same team for 2 years now, and they're going to be very good. I'm going to miss talking to Coach Stowe as much as I did about anything and everything. There'll be more to discuss with that off air, actually.
Yeah.
Nothing bad, Stowe. If you know what I'm going to talk about, so you'll be fine. And you're going to laugh when you see this because you know exactly what I'm talking about. So,
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. We got Coach Nick Thaler, Senior Isaiah Etchison. We have some
clowns.
outside the door here. They're getting pretty rowdy out there. And we have Senior Owen Rath. This is the Montague Boys Basketball Media Day podcast. Just kind of touching on some of the things Montague coming up here and two of their senior leaders. So thanks a lot, guys, and best wishes. I look forward to seeing you guys play.